So how exactly do we perfect the 3D formula of a Mario game? Well, they've done a lot of really good things with the Mario franchise with the 3D Mario mainline titles, and I wanted to bring up this topic because we have a new 3D Mario game going to be announced very soon, possibly teased with the Switch 2. I don't know if they're going to exactly show it off much. It'll probably be more like the Switch 1 where they teased Mario Odyssey. But I want to go through the 3D Mario games a little bit, talking about them and what do you do exactly to make this new 3D Mario fresh, new, different, innovative, exciting. So first off, let's talk about Mario 64. Now, this was a brand new thing at the time. At the time, we never got a 3D type Mario game ever. So I was like just born or something when that came out. So I can't really speak on it as like a kid. But once I got around to playing it, it still kind of works really well today. Granted, graphically and stuff, the 64, I'm along the lines with Josie here, that the 64, I still feel like a lot of those 3D titles, kind of, the gameplay and stuff kind of clunky and stuff. It's kind of aged kind of not that good. Kind of. But Mario 64 is still legendary, and the thing that's so good about it, we wouldn't have Mario the way it is today if it wasn't for Mario 64, which slowly built the future of the Mario franchise and what we love about it today. So that game did everything it needed to do, and then some. And the mirrors and everything, like you jump through the pictures, all that kind of stuff was really cool, right? Mario 64 kind of just did everything that made it so special for what it is. The soundtrack, like when you hit that first level and that soundtrack, and the enemies, the sound effects of the enemies too, and Mario when he gets hurt or when he gets killed, everything with Mario 64 showed you that Mario's not going anywhere. This is the future right here, right? It showed you this is where we're headed. Just wait even more years and you'll see even cooler than this down the line as our consoles go on. Just wait and see, and you'll get different types of 3D Mario that you could never even imagine. And I think that Mario 64 got the job done really well. Granted, some people might hate me for this. It is probably my least favorite of the 3D Mario titles. I'm sorry. It's just, I didn't grow up with it the way that I did the other ones. But it's still everything it had to be, and it's great. Now, the next one that they made, Mario Sunshine on the GameCube, this one's special to me because, look, this game gets a lot of hate. It does, because it's so different. Because you got Flood, and a lot of people didn't like that. A lot of people said it was too annoying, frustrating to use. People said that the game was too hard. Some of the levels were way too hard, and I don't disagree with that. There are some levels when you don't have Flood. Oh my gosh, so tough. But for me, it's my favorite 3D Mario because it's my childhood. It is the one that introduced me to 3D Mario. And what I like about the game is it's still unique to this day. And that's something about Mario games that are 3D Mario games that they like to innovate. They like to do things different every time, and they've proven that. And Mario Sunshine did that with Flood. With the way that you use the different hoses, you unlock different hoses as you go, get the shine sprites, you gotta take down Bowser Jr. and then Bowser. There's even a level where you're on a roller coaster. Like, come on, it's so cool. The stuff that they did with that game, I love. The game just can be very frustrating sometimes. Some of the level design, at least when you don't have Flood, is so annoying. And there's even enemies in there that can be very frustrating as well. The game isn't perfect by any means. But Mario Sunshine, like Mario 64, it was very successful. A lot of people still like it and hate it to this day. It's a very controversial game because it's different. And I think that is good. And it makes me wonder, no pun intended, what they are going to do next, and that's why I'm kind of talking about each one. Now, Flood was a whole different mechanic that was never seen, and we haven't seen Flood since other than in Smash Bros. I would love if they brought Flood back just as a nod for like a level or something in this next 3D Mario, just like as a nod for nostalgia Because nostalgia's so dang cool. And we see this in Mario Odyssey. We've seen a bit of some nostalgia, and I'll get to that. But Mario Sunshine, it's still great to this day. I think it's a wonderful 3D Mario game. But let's move on to the Wii era, which was quite a very peak era for Nintendo. Now, Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, these games, they really showed how you could traverse, like planets to planets, going through the stars, through the sky. Like, the way that you could move around these planets, like, it could get you to where you were kind of dizzy, like, whoa, this is nuts. But you had to use the Joy-Con too, which it's kind of a little ridiculous because, like, they brought back Mario Galaxy 1 on the Switch, and I don't think you really, well, you can play it in handheld, but, like, the way the joysticks work, it's kind of weird because you have to be able to get, like, the star pieces and stuff. So realistically, it's better to actually play with the Joy-Cons, like, you actually have to, which on the Wii, you used the nunchuck and the Wii remote, of course, to work the game and its mechanics. And what made it unique is not only traversing from planet to planet and the way that you rolled around the planets and the different things you could do and the boss fights and everything throughout these little mini planets and big planets and all that craziness was just wacky and fun, but also the way you used the nunchuck to get the little star pieces and the way you whip Mario around and stuff, kind of cool. And then Yoshi in the second game, just fun stuff. You know, it's so much fun. When you look back at them, it's like, well, where's Mario Galaxy 2? Next year, maybe? Or is it this year, 40th anniversary of Mario? Okay, come on. Where's Mario Galaxy 2? I guess they don't really care. But that being said, Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, fantastic games. I think that there's aspects from these I want to talk about for the future of the franchise. We'll get to that last. But Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are really good games. Highly recommend them. Mario Galaxy 2 is not on Switch. It should be on Switch. I don't know why they didn't bring it to Switch. They never gave us a good reason for why it wasn't on Switch. I don't understand why they did the first game and they never gave us the second game. People would pay full price for just Mario Galaxy 2 by itself because they came out with the collection without Mario Galaxy 2 for some weird reason. I don't know. But that's the Wii. Wii U. All right. Right. They didn't give us a, yeah, that's right. They failed to give us a 3D Mario. Okay, next! Nintendo Switch! Yay! Out of the Wii U era that didn't give us a 3D Mario game. We got Mario Odyssey. I tell you what. That game blew me away to where it was like I wanted it. My first experience with that game through, I was literally saying this is the best 3D Mario game ever made. This is my favorite, blah, blah. But in reality, over time, I realized, no, Mario Sunshine at heart is my favorite 3D Mario still because it was my first experience. I played that game through so many times. I love that game. It's one of my favorite games of all time. But Mario Odyssey, realistically speaking, it's still like, it's like the best 3D Mario game because the whole Cappy thing, so freaking cool. But not only that, they gave you like a city with real people in it. They gave you so many different locations, like 1,000 different moons to find. The way Cappy worked to become like a frog, or to use him to traverse from place to place, turn into different enemies, take over all the different enemies. There's so many cool things they did in Mario Odyssey. Like the food world is probably my favorite, not just because I like food. We all love food. Come on. I see you. But the stuff, like, I don't know. The music, oh my gosh. The way you traveled from place to place on the little ship, super cool. The fact that Bowser was trying to marry Peach and they gave him a wedding outfit, it's really charming, really cool. But I think Mario Odyssey also, it sold really well because it was unique and different. But there's another thing that came out on Switch. And what I like about talking about these Mario games is every single time there's something different about each one. I keep saying it's unique and different because that's Nintendo with Mario. They love Mario, and if they're going to make a new 3D Mario, they take their time and they put their heart and souls into it, and they love it. You know, they put so much care into Mario. because it's their icon, you know? They will not screw up Mario, and that's what's so cool. Now then, they came out with Mario 3D All-Stars with Bowser's Fury. Not 3D All-Stars. The 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Bowser's Fury, that game was very short, but very cool because it was kind of semi-open. It wasn't you go from level to level to level to level like each and every other Mario game. It was like semi-open, but it was like a tease. I feel like that 100%, which we all can probably agree on, was a tease for what's to come. It was a semi-open type world, but it wasn't a big world. It was just puny. And you could go from point A to point B to point C throughout that world anywhere that you wanted to go. And you could do co-op, which was also kind of neat that you could do co-op. I never did co-op, but that it was an option. So, I mean, that's cool. Better than Mario Odyssey, where one player plays as Cappy, which is very, very strange. I personally think they could have just brought in Luigi with another Cappy or something. I don't know, but whatever. Luigi was in the game in a different kind of way, which also Odyssey also brought back the Mario 64 Peach's Castle, which also everyone appreciates. That was amazing. That was awesome. Super cool stuff. But 3D World, not 3D World, all Bowser's Fury, I'm sorry, that game, I think, was what's to come. Now, I asked Arlo about this when I met him last year at PAX West. I asked him, what does he want from a new 3D Mario game? And he wants just more sandbox, you know, open world sandbox or whatever. Just give me everything. Give me everything, you know. Give me, the more the merrier. And I fully agree with Arlo on that one. The more the merrier. It's got to be a fully open world Mario, but not only open world. I think they need to take aspects from every 3D Mario game that we've gotten and throw different tidbits in there from all of them. But also, like, it's open world. There's levels. There's like areas that might have FLUDD. There's areas that might have Cappy. There's also you can shoot up to different moons and stuff like Mario Galaxy. But you also bring in new stuff. This is my idea of an incredibly awesome new 3D open world Mario game. You take aspects from each and every 3D Mario game that you've had, that you've made. You take aspects from them, you put those tidbits into certain areas of the game outside of your main mechanics or innovation or whatever the heck you're doing with the new Mario game. I have no idea what they're doing. I just think that this new one should seriously be like, I call Astrobot Mario Galaxy 3 because it really did a lot for me, and it really felt like I was playing a new Mario Galaxy game. And I think that it's there. We're not going to get a real Mario Galaxy 3. I'm sorry to disappoint. It's going to be a brand new 3D Mario game with a brand new name to it. It's going to be totally different. But I think if you add in aspects from Galaxy and you add in aspects from the different Mario 3D games, plus new stuff, plus new mechanics, new different things like Mario Wonder did, you're going to have something really freaking awesome here. Something really, really dang cool. For all we know, they might add Wonder Flowers into the new Mario game as well. Wonder Flowers is like a whole new concept that I think they can just mess around with all kinds of Nintendo-related games that are related to the Mario franchise. And I think that's awesome. I think the Wonder Flowers did a lot for the future of Mario. I really do. I really personally believe that Wonder Flowers did a lot for the future of the Mario franchise, not just Wonder itself. I think they're going to utilize the Wonder Flowers in some kind of way in the future of Mario games because it's just a cool, wacky, fun idea, and I love it. Also, Elephant Mario, don't think we've seen the last of that. No. I don't believe that at all. I think that the Elephant Mario is absolutely going to be back, and I think it's going to be a mechanic of some form in the new Mario game, the new 3D Mario. I really do. I think that it's smart to add in everything that you've got from your different Mario games because you're going to have the ultimate 3D Mario game with the Switch too, and it's going to sell like crazy. It's going to make tons of sales, and it's going to be amazing. But that's just my ideas on a new 3D Mario. Yes, I put the hat on. Yes, I put the gloves on. I didn't put the stash on. Those mustaches, they're itchy as heck. So, I wasn't going to wear that. I don't care what you say. That being said, though, those are my ideas on a new 3D Mario. How you do it very well Also, Bowser's Fury, the whole giant cat Mario versus a giant Bowser. I don't know if they're going to do that kind of thing again, but definitely bring in some of those ideas of like cat Mario and stuff like that. For sure, bring them in to this Mario. I think this is going to be like the ultimate sandbox 3D Mario game, especially if it's open world like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I think they're taking ideas from the Zelda franchise and all the previous Mario games, and they're going to just kind of mash it together into something so cool. And I can't wait to see what this looks like. Hopefully on April 2nd. I don't think it's the 3rd. I think it's April 2nd. That being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed my discussion on 3D Mario, where it might be going, what it's going to look like. If you guys have any other concepts or ideas on what this new 3D Mario game might look like, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Also, my previous video from about a week ago from filming this video, whenever it's up, I did a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate discussion, well, Smash discussion in general, on where the future of Smash might be going with the Switch 2, with my buddy Zach and my buddy Josh, which are Nintendo Memories and Aquatwist. Go sub to them as well. And so go check that out if you have not. And that's about it. Yeah, thanks so much for watching. See you guys next time. Peace.